Next is Mike Buck.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for hosting this event. My name is Mike Buck, and I want to be your next state school superintendent. I'm really running on a platform of the 3 C's: character, my personal character, and how I've lived my life, but also the character that we have to develop in our young people. I'm running on credentials, and mine will closely mirror what Mr. Ford just had to share. This is my 31st year in education. I've served at every level. I've been an elementary principal, I've been a high school principal, virtually every role in the central office, I've filled that. For the past 3 years, I've had the pleasure of serving at the Georgia Department of Education as the Chief Academic Officer, and lastly, as the Chief of Staff. I believe that one of the best single predictors of future success is past performance, and I welcome people to check my lifelong record of success at every one of those levels. I'm also committed to our young people, to every single young person being successful. I've got 3 school-aged children. They're not off the payroll yet. I know you're looking at this old man and thinking, how does he have school-aged children? That's another story. I adopted twin girls from China. They are now 10. Tomorrow is their gotcha day. That's the day we celebrate like a birthday. They came into my life. Shortly after that, we adopted my son. I live the standards with homework every day. You hear me? Nobody's going to work harder than somebody that's got children in the system, so I walk the walk. I'm also convinced that we have got to be good with our academic standards, but there's a curriculum of life that gets lost in the shuffle. We're going to get held accountable for the standards, and that's okay. We should be. But the curriculum of life, through the boys and girls who have been entrusted to our care, become the kind of people we want living in our neighborhoods, taking care of us when we're older, dating our sons and daughters. We can do things to help that curriculum of life. Thank you very much. I look forward to serving you.
Next is Richard Woods.
Okay, thank you. Again, education is personal, and it's personal because it's dealing with your kids. Now tonight, I just briefly want to share in summary, a 4-point plan in which I believe will help bring Georgia where it needs to be educationally. First of all, my first solution is that we need to be child-focused. I mean, the children are, our most valued, entity here. The group that we have, our kids, are important. And because they are important, what we need to do is we need to personalize education and not standardize education. One size fits all does not work. We know that. And so in doing so, what we do, we have to expand our course offerings, our graduation options for our kids, across the board to give them that opportunity to succeed. Also in doing so, we must look at our teachers. They're the ones that directly have an impact on our students. They're the ones that work with our students. So we need to give them the adequate time to teach, cut out some of the paperwork, the redundancy of data collecting and testing so that they can address our kids. Secondly, we need to look at, concentrate on the classroom by giving our kids a solid foundation based on reading, writing, and math by the time they leave, 5th grade. That we will provide them with the foundation needed to succeed in life. Thirdly, common sense over common core. One of the things that I look at, and has been part of my platform from day one, we have to make sure that we do not outsource Georgia education. It is not for sale. That is a point that we cannot negotiate with. And lastly, as we look at this, we need to make sure that we are cost effective. As we do so, that means unfunded mandates, we need to stop because you at the local level are the ones that have to pay for it. And with that, with unfunded mandates, if we can't afford it, we don't need it. And that's simple how I run my business. It's very simple and plain. Also we need to have a complete audit of the Department of Education. Yes, education is important to you. It is personal, but it is also personal to me. Thank you.